wasn't me.
Wait a minute.
Alright, today's date is October 9th, I believe. Yeah, October 9th. It's approximately 10:26 in the morning.
8th.
What's it, today the 8th? Oh, it is, yes, I'm sorry. So it's October 8th. It's approximately 10:26 a.m. here in reference to a incident that occurred. Do you remember the date?
It was early September.
Early September, and trying to narrow it down during our conversation. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of swear you in just so that this is a sworn testimony.
Okay.
All right? So can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm that what you're about to tell me is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm here with Deputy First Class David Mitica as well in the room, and myself, Corporal John Ramsey. So we're interviewing you in reference to a incident that occurred back in early September, and we're going to try to figure out the date while we discuss this.
If you have his phone number, I might.
Yeah, his phone number, if you're able to look, you might see where he called several times, it looked like.
I'm pretty sure he left me a nasty voicemail. I just can't remember.
He did leave you a voicemail, because I guess you had called him.
I called the office.
You back. And he called back and left you a voicemail. So that'd be great if you find that, because that'd help us narrow down the date.
Not going to believe it. Yes, good afternoon. This is Jay with Metro State, the owner of the company. When you get a chance, give me a call back. That was August 26th.
So that's the day of the funeral procession that you saw, correct?
Well, I didn't see a funeral procession, but that was the day they stopped me. Yes.
Okay. So that's the day that you called him.
Yes, that was the day that I called the police.
Okay, tell me, just go ahead and start off with that. Let's start off with, so we know it's August 26th, approximately what time in the day?
I would say it was about 11 o'clock.
Okay, and tell me what happened.
I'm driving down Princeton. I'm by the Science Center. All of a sudden, these motorcycles come up beside us.
Are you on Princeton? Or?
I am on Princeton at the
Okay.
Science Center light.
Okay.
Or before the Science Center light.
Okay.
They come roaring up beside me, and then they stop all traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember seeing anybody going by me, which would indicate that it was a funeral procession. I don't know what they were doing. I had no clue.
When you say they stopped you, what do you mean? So
Got in the middle of the road, put up their hand, and stopped.
So they
traffic.
were directing traffic.
They were directing traffic.
Okay. All right. What did they look like?
They look like police officers.
Okay.
They were wearing uniforms that I thought were police officers. And in this environment, I'm thinking, is there a new law enforcement agency out there? I don't know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was at that point or the next light that I noticed that the lights were purple and yellow or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, that none of that makes any sense to me.
Did they look different when you first saw them?
No, I thought they were police officers.
Okay.
They have the insignia on the back of their, I'm calling it a vest. I don't know that it was a vest. Maybe it was a shirt, whatever. But it looked like a police officer. And it said Metro State. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe the state of Florida has something other than Highway Patrol. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure. I stopped. I'm a good citizen. I stayed. And again, I do not remember. I'm not saying that they weren't there. I don't remember any cars passing me. Mm-hmm. And then the next light is at 1792. Mm-hmm. So they go roaring down. Mills. Okay. Yes. They go roaring down the road. One officer leaves. Another one comes up. They have like this little chain of officers, whatever you want to call them. And I get to the Mills light. They again like this, and they're stopping everybody. Again, I do not remember anybody turning right or turning right.
So it looked like normal traffic flow to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to stop you right there just real quick. What does your vehicle look like?
I have the white Honda Accord. Not Accord, a Civic. 2017.
Okay, keep going.
So the next car that rolls up, as I remember, was like a Charger. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, okay, Highway Patrol. Again, I'm going through. And then the last thing that showed up was like a explorer sport.
So like a truck?
Like a truck.
Okay.
It was a truck. All the insignias, all the stuff going. Again, stopping traffic. They turn right. They go flying down 1792. And by the time I got up to Virginia, I said, this is crazy. This is not right. This just can't be right. I called the police. I said, have you ever heard of Metro State? And that particular person, I guess it's a 911 operator, said no.
Okay.
Do you know what that is? Have you, I'm thinking, what the hell is this?
I don't mean to care of it. So when you called, was that, do you know if it was the sheriff's office?
I think it was Orlando. Because I was in Orlando.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I don't know for sure, but I think it was Orlando police. And then I went on my merry way. I called my daughter immediately. I said, I had the strangest interaction. This is really ridiculous, and it's scary. To me, it was scary. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it's ice or something, whatever. Something weird. And she got on the internet and looked it up. She goes, it's some security company that does funeral processions and wedding something or others. And I went, well, this can't be right. You can't be able to do this to people. So I went my merry way. I went to Colonial Plaza, did my thing. I'm leaving Colonial Plaza, and I was mad by this time. I'm thinking, how do they get by with this? So I called. I looked it up on my phone. I called the number. Mm-hmm. I spoke to whoever their dispatch was, and said, what is it that you do? And the whole funeral procession thing and whatever. And I wasn't probably real pleasant. I said, well, to me, you're impersonating a police officer. This can't be right. And I want you to know I've called you in. They have my phone number because I stupidly didn't do star 69. And then I started getting the calls from Jay. And he was, you used the word condescending, belligerent. I don't intimidate. He was trying to. I said, don't call me back. And then, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 more times he called back. My son happened to be there. He said, call the police right. My son said, call the police right now. Just handle it. If you call me back again, I am going to call my lawyer. Mm-hmm. And I'll get you for harassment. Whatever. I didn't say I'd call the police. And he then came out with his expletive. The whole time he's badgering me about it. Why would you say that? And then it was, I said, I'm going to call my attorney. And he goes, I don't give an F. And I went, what did you say?
So, when I talked to you on the phone yesterday, I had said a couple of things, made a couple of statements according to what you had said to him, and you asked me how I knew that, and I told you that Jay, as you know Jay, which is Jeremy Dewitte, that he had recorded your conversation. Were you aware that he was recording your conversation?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever give him permission to record your conversation?
Absolutely not.
Each time that you called him,
Called him once.
So you called him
I called
once.
that office once.
So he called you each time?
Correct.
So each time he called you, did he tell you he was recording you?
Absolutely not.
Okay. At any point were you to the point where you did not want him calling you and you felt like he was harassing you?
After the second phone call, I said, stop calling me.
Okay.
Call back again.
Okay, so he was continuously harassing you even though you told him that you didn't want to talk anymore.
Right.
Okay.
The bully.
You have any questions before I move further from this?
At any time did you believe you were speaking to an agent of the government, either local or otherwise?
I can't say that because at that point in time I knew that it wasn't. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that I ever thought I was speaking to a government agency. When I was on the road, I wasn't sure what was going on. But when and anybody that would talk to you like this, if they were a government...
What were they wearing that made you believe, or what was going on, but either with their vehicle, what they were wearing, that made you believe they were law enforcement?
Well, the back of their thing says Metro State.
Okay.
Again, I'm going, okay, does this mean the state of Florida's got something in, because I know there's the MBI, you know, so I did not know what they were. I thought they were law enforcement until I noticed the purple and yellow lights.
Okay, did anything else stand out?
Well, they're the whole uniform, the whole stopping you, the whole.
Let's start from, let's say, from the helmet, or if we were out of the vehicle without a helmet on, because
They
some
had
of
the
them are
helmet on.
vehicles, but some of them are vehicles. So let's just start from the helmet and work your way down and describe everything that they're wearing that made you believe that they were law enforcement.
They were wearing, I don't know if it was a polo shirt or a shirt, but the back of it said Metro State. They were wearing what my security guards wear, a belt. They were
When you say a belt, what was on the belt?
Well, I didn't look that far. I mean,
Okay.
I did not. If you're going to ask me if there was a gun, I don't know that I saw a gun.
But it was enough to make you scared and nervous about what they were
Absolutely.
doing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't mess
I mean, that was-
around.
Yeah,
You know, I'm not gonna say what the hell are you doing.
right.
I'm
right.
gonna yell that out. I might have thought that, and in my car, I'm going, "What the hell are they doing?"
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have said that to them. And you know, they were wearing. I want to say the motorcycle guys were wearing BDUs, and I think boots. I don't. So they look like police officers. There's no doubt.
So in the beginning, until you called the city of Orlando, or you called 911. Is that how you did it? You called 911?
I called 911.
Okay, so until you did that, up to that point, you believed they were some type of law enforcement agency.
Yeah,
Is that
until
correct?
until that person at 911 said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." I'm thinking, "What the hell is this?" And then I called my daughter.
Okay.
I called my daughter after I turned on Virginia.
Would you have any? Would you have any issue with us researching that phone call with either police department? There, it gets a little muddy in there. When you're talking about Virginia and Mills, it could be Winter Park, it could be City of Orlando. Yeah, I mean, which might also include, just like the geo data just for that. You know, it's not only can we prove that, you know, that a phone call was made to 911, but you were in the same area as.
I'm going to say when I called 911, I had turned, so I was on Mills.
Well, just
Yeah,
to
but in
show,
that area.
just to show that
Sure,
you're
do
in
whatever.
there. Okay, and it would only pertain
This guy needs
to
to be.
that.
This can't.
So
should
let me
not
ask.
be happening.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So go back to the phone conversations. You did not give him permission to record your phone call.
I did not.
Do you want to prosecute him for that? Do you want to press charges?
Yes.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you listen to, and this just so you can authenticate this.
The Hillbilly. So I love that one.
All right.
So how did you get this?
I'm gonna explain.
Okay.
So, like I told you, we're doing an investigation on Metro State and the owner, Jeremy Dewitte, and all
Is
his
this
people.
because of the arrest or before that?
We've been looking at him for quite some time, and it's just, you can say he's reached a boiling point with our current sheriff and with our administration and with the state attorney.
Not to mention the public at
The
large.
public at large,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm not the only one
No,
that's-
no.
You're not.
So, he
Am
was
I the
arrested.
only one you've got this interaction with?
So far, no.
Oh, okay.
But as far as like this, on the video like this, yes. We have other witnesses that
Okay.
have, we have one individual who he claimed that it was an ag assault issue where kind of doing the same thing, directing traffic. He has a gun, puts his hand on it while he's approaching a vehicle, slaps the hood of the vehicle type thing. So we have that we're
And that
also
was him?
pursuing. Yes.
Because I don't know who.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're pursuing that as well. And I'm going to show you a couple of videos today, okay? But the first one's going to be, it's mostly just listening to it. And this is Mr. Dewitte calling you, and we obtained this through a warrant. When he was arrested with Windermere, they confiscated his uniform and everything, and part of that was his body camera.
Oh.
So he had a lot of videos and stuff on there. And as they went through it, they found that there was potentially other crimes that occurred in Orange County, not just in Windermere, on the video. And with that said, they called us knowing that we're already working this as well, a case. So I went over there, and as I was copying, I reviewed it yesterday, and I came across the audio with you and him, the interaction. During that time, I noticed on his phone he had swiped to cancel somebody who was calling in on your phone conversation. I was able to read your phone number, and so that's how I was able to contact you.
How'd you know my name?
I didn't until I called you.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the volume in the beginning for you is going to sound a little low, but then he adjusts his mic or something, and so it's going to sound better.
I would like to preface before, and I believe Corporal Ramsey, this is what he wants to do. What we'd like to do is to play this for you in its totality, completely unedited as we've received it. If you have comments or things that you'd like to add into, we definitely like to. We certainly want to hear that. But we don't want you to have to worry about talking over the video. So the video is not very long, and it covers a number of the phone conversations. We'd like to play it just for the record, completely uninterrupted, and then we can go back and visit whatever you'd like to add to that. I can give you a pen and a piece of paper. There will be a timestamp at the bottom of the video, so that way if you see something, you can just follow along and write down a time, and I'll just give her my password. So that way, if you have any comments about what is going to be played, feelings, things that you remember, we just want to play this for you completely unedited for the purpose of just being on the record that you've seen it, and it's
me. Yep, you've authenticated. It's your full conversation.
That it is complete with all the interactions that you have, and then we can go back to different parts of the conversation.
So obviously, this is not with the dispatcher.
No, this is going to be with Mr. Dewitte. When you call
Why
in.
is he wearing a body cam?
Well, you've already described that. So, all right, here we go.
Metro State. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, Metro State.
Can I speak to Jay, please?
This is he.
Hi, Jay. You called me back?
Yes.
Regarding the incident that happened today?
Sure. Can you tell me what happened? Hello? Hello? Oh!
Well,
Yeah, okay.
I went down to the Science Center.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I
Yeah.
went down Princeton to the science. Okay. First of all, what is it that you do?
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but I mean, you had time to look up our website to find the phone number to call my supervisor and then talk to him on the phone. So I'm assuming you had time to look up what we do.
Well, you weren't doing it.
Okay, so tell me exactly what happened so I can figure out what's going on.
I'm going down Princeton
Okay,
at the Science Center.
okay,
All of a sudden, a motorcycle pulls up, goes into the intersection, stops everybody.
okay,
Nobody's going, there's no funeral procession, there's no bridal party, nobody's doing anything. Another one pulls up, and that one goes to the next lane.
okay,
Okay? Then what I would call patrol car comes up, sits at Mills, nothing is happening now.
Mills in Princeton.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And then another one pulls up behind that. There's a pickup truck.
okay,
It was like you were on a practice run or whatever.
okay,
But the point is, and I hope you can understand this with today, what's happening today.
sure,
I've never heard of Metro State. I've never seen anything with where you honk to get somebody out of the way
okay,
with a patrol car.
right.
To me, that is very scary.
Oh, okay, so here, let me stop you. Did at any time, you didn't see any vehicle that was a funeral vehicle?
No.
Okay. So, what you're saying is my 4 units went into an intersection honking their horns, and because you've never heard of us and you don't understand what we're...
Just honking the horns, they were stopping traffic.
Right. So, because if you never heard of us and you don't understand what we were doing, you immediately called the police to say that we were impersonating police officers. That's what I'm understanding.
I have called the police, absolutely.
Okay, great.
What is Metro State?
Oh, okay, so...
This is very frightening.
So it's frightening to you that 4 units that are marked completely from head to toe black and white with a company name, information, flashing lights, dressed uniforms properly.
Look, buddy, don't get sassy with me.
I'm not getting sassy. I'm asking simple questions because I'm trying to figure out.
I would not have called the police otherwise.
So you called the police because vehicles and motorcycles that look. Okay, right.
I'm not going to do this. Okay?
Oh, hold on, I wasn't done.
Well, you may not be done, but I may be.
Oh, okay. So, and at no time you saw a funeral at all, is what you're saying.
Absolutely not.
Okay. And how would you know? I'm just asking. How would you know? Were there cars turning right with those vehicles?
No, they were sitting in the middle of the intersection. Nobody was moving.
So nobody was making the right-hand turn after the motorcycles and the car and the truck took the intersection.
You tell it there's no right-hand turn at the Science Center.
Oh, so I understand now. You were at the Science Center traffic light, the one before Mills. So you were actually the light before Mills.
Yes, and then, I'm not going through this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I wasn't done, but if you want to hang... Okay.
That made no sense.
She was frightened. She didn't know what it was.
It's becoming harassment.
Okay, so... Hold on, ma'am. I was happy to explain to you exactly what was going on, but you're quick to hang up and you're quick to make decisions. So I was happy to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to you professionally and calmly.
Well, you're not. Go ahead.
oh.
Explain to me what was happening
Okay, great. So I've already reviewed GPS from my units, and I've already reviewed all the body cameras from my officers, and per Florida statute, we're allowed to escort funerals and events through town the way we do, and that funeral had 80 cars, so I'm a little confused.
Well, there were no 80 cars anywhere near there.
So no cars were driving straight when they were sitting in the intersection?
No.
Never a car drove by you?
No.
Okay, so you were in the left lane and the funeral was not in the right lane driving down the road at any time?
Well, it's a private company.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter if we're state or private. Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Dumb hillbilly.
Shall I call the police again?
Okay.
Harassment?
Oh, I'm not harassing you. I'm just trying to get through with you because you're making claims and accusations. So, it doesn't. Great.
That is sitting in the street.
Right, and I'm trying to explain to you, but you keep hanging up. So I'm.
What is it that you want to explain? Go ahead, explain to me.
Okay, it doesn't matter if we're. Okay, it doesn't matter if we're a private company or a state agency. We're a state-approved agency, and you are correct. We are a private company all day, but we're a state-approved agency, and we're legally allowed to do what we're doing. So I don't know where you thought that we can't. I guess maybe you thought I woke up this morning and decided to buy a bunch of motorcycles and cars and uniforms. Oh. Oh, okay. So I'm just trying to figure out, did you think that we just put a bunch of cars together with lights and decals? How old am I?
Who do you think you're talking to?
Well.
I am not an idiot.
Oh, okay. Well then, ma'am, if you're not an idiot, then why would you make accusations without having proper information?
I would absolutely make accusations when you've got people that are stopping traffic without anybody to stop traffic for.
Right, per Florida statute, we can stop traffic for a funeral.
Jay,
Uh-huh.
listen to me. We're done.
Oh,
Call
okay.
me back,
Okay.
and we'll get something from my attorney.
I don't really give a fuck what you get me from your attorney, bitch.
What did you just say?
You heard me.
Alright, so I apologize you had to
Okay.
go through that part again, but can you tell me, was that you on that?
That was me
other
on
side?
that phone.
Okay,
That
and Jay, the person you described as Jay, was that the same voice that you heard the day you spoke to him on the phone?
I would assume so. That I don't know.
Okay.
The
It's
same words.
Is it the same conversation?
It's the
you
same
remember having?
conversation,
The
absolutely.
person who identified themselves as Jay at the
Jay.
time that you called?
Correct.
Okay.
And it wasn't honking their horns, they were hitting sirens.
I was going to ask that question.
Yeah, they were.
So,
Yeah.
when you say that they were blocking traffic, were they just parking a vehicle in the way, or were they doing some
Middle
type
of
of
the
action?
intersection like that.
Okay, and what else were they doing?
Hands up.
So they were actually physically directing traffic. Now, who else have you ever seen do that?
Police officers.
Okay, so that's something
Legal
typically-
law enforcement.
Okay, and so is that one of the reasons why you assumed that they were
Yes.
law enforcement? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You have any questions you want to ask about this particular? I saw you wrote some stuff down.
Well, I just wrote. What did I write? Company. How would I know if it's a company or not a company? It wasn't.
Does it say company anywhere on any of the
It might have
stuff?
said metrostate.com. It might have said that, but it doesn't say that it's a company.
Okay.
And literally, the back of their shirt looks like a police, sheriff, police on the back of their vests or whatever they are.
I don't have anything immediately, just
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to play for you, and let me get to a specific part of it. Alright, so this is going to be where we're starting this particular video is on Princeton. Okay? It's right by the Florida Hospital. There's the Ronald McDonald House, whatever it is right there. Are you familiar with that area right there? Okay, so you're familiar with right where we're at.
Somebody
Right,
get
go
this
back
dumb
a
blonde
little
bitch
bit.
out of the way.
Okay,
I don't know
so all
what it is.
this.
It keeps
So
popping
are you
the fuse.
familiar with right here?
I am.
I just
Okay.
rewired everything. It's whatever. We'll figure it out.
what vehicle were you driving that day?
Honda.
Same one that's in the parking lot?
I don't understand.
Hear all the sirens in the background?
Highlight screen, I'm moving. Photo one's moving.
I'm not. Is that me? I can't tell what's the tag number.
That's a Honda.
That's me. I mean, it looks like my car.
Okay, so.
I'm sitting there.
Okay, so here you are. Is what color's the light?
Red.
Okay, is there anybody out there?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's a red light.
Mhm.
And then this individual, which is Jeremy Dewitte,
Oh, really?
this is him.
Okay.
So, what did he just?
I was in the middle of the intersection.
Is that what you remember him doing that day?
Yes.
The motorcycle that you saw?
Yes. This is the second motorcycle because I saw the first one at the.
The other light.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had already passed one motorcycle, and then you're at the intersection now waiting. Which way are you looking to turn?
Right.
Okay. So you're planning on turning right,
Correct.
and then this individual on the motorcycle pulls out on a red light.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you were sitting there, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So he pulls out on a red light and is directing traffic.
Correct.
Okay. Is this what you remember from that day?
I do.
They're in the left. They're in the right. We're in the left.
Now is he letting you go right here?
No.
Has he directed you to stop or stay there?
Yes.
Are they just shit lanes?
Move to left, Derek, move to left.
Do you remember that?
Me.
Okay, so this car came up behind you and on a PA system was telling you to move out of the way. You want me to back it up?
Yeah.
See if that refreshes your memory?
Telling me to get out. I remember the siren going, and I'm looking around like, where am I going?
They're in the left. They're in the right. I mean, we're in the left. They just shift lanes.
Move to the left, Civic, move to the left.
Was that him?
And that was
directing
him
you?
saying that?
Yeah, the car behind you.
Behind me? Yeah.
On
okay.
a PA system. So he was directing you to move, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right there.
And so
Sit tight, dude.
okay. So back there at the intersection, he was giving you what you considered to be law enforcement commands.
Correct.
Okay. Had you known that they were not law enforcement, would you have moved?
Probably not. I would have run over him.
So he was blocking your path.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Were you in fear at all of him? I mean, if you'd done something, whether it be in fear because they're law enforcement or in fear because you didn't know who they were?
I was in fear because I didn't understand who the hell they were.
Okay.
And fear's a little tough.
Right. You seem like a tough lady.
I think we're saying in fear is kind of a legal term. Did you or
I thought I was obeying the law.
Well, the concern that you being is that if you didn't follow their commands, that there might be some repercussion for not following their commands.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
because I would have run him over.
Right. Okay.
And I swear I don't remember the people turning right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was focused on the thing, looking at
It
the
very well
veteran
could be. You were
stuff.
so
Yeah.
focused on him,
Mhm.
trying to figure out who he was. You got somebody behind you on a PA telling you get out of the way. He's telling you to stop. So you're getting conflicting commands. So I'm sure all of that is why you were not focusing on. And even in your phone conversation, you say, well, people were turning, you just weren't letting me move. So I don't think he realized he had actually stopped you.
Oh.
So he didn't know where you were, and this explains exactly where you were. So,
That was me.
and do you remember what your tag number is?
It's
Okay. Okay, so and you saw this video, and based on the date and time that you said is approximately, which was, what was it, August
26.
26th, yep. And that was your vehicle that you saw there,
That is
correct?
correct.
Okay. And you feel like he was a police officer that day when
I
you
thought
saw
it was
him?
law enforcement at that point in time. Till I got to Virginia, when I called my daughter and I said I called the police by that time. After I turned on to Virginia, I called my daughter and said, this is the weirdest thing. I have no idea what this is.
Right. And have you seen them since then?
Yeah.
How many times would you say you've seen them since?
Well, ironically enough, I told you that my car got broken into. And as I'm coming down Beardall, they're going up the trail, flashing their lights and their horn, or doing their sirens.
So same thing.
Same thing.
Right.
And that definitely was a funeral because the lights were on.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Based on their driving habits that you saw that day, do you think that they were driving normally, or how would you describe their driving?
Aggressive. It was extremely aggressive. They were stopping. I assume they were stopping. Then they'd take speed off, and then another one would come up. I don't know what you call that, but what I saw of it was aggressive.
Okay. Do you feel like that they were putting themselves
but-
or maybe the public in danger by the way they were operating?
I'm not going to say that I would think this is much different than what a police officer would have done if they were on a chase or whatever.
On a chase.
Yeah, on a chase. When I've gone on funerals, they're usually at the front. They're not flying up and, I don't remember any of that. They're just at the front of the...
And leading it.
Correct.
That's it.
That's it. Not doing this stuff. I never would have thought that was a funeral.
But do you think what you have witnessed here and on the next one that you saw later, would you say that was safe for the public or for themselves, the way they were operating?
No.
All right. You have anything else? All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a statement form, and instead of you having to write all this out, since we taped it, I'm just gonna have you write on the statement form that you can write basically. You met with us today. You observed 2 different videos. The one with your conversation with Jay, who identified himself as Jay, and you recognize on the video, on the audio, that was the same conversation that you had. And then you watched the video of what looked to be possibly a procession of some type, and in your own words, of course, and that you recognized your vehicle at the same place with the same person that had identified themselves as Jay.
I didn't know it was Jay at the time. Though.
Right.
I can't
Right.
say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And I'm not asking you to say that. Just
Yeah.
the same person who has been identified as Jay or Jeremy
Okay.
Dewitte, however you like to put it. All right. I'm not gonna put anything in any words in your mouth.
No.
So, and in there, you're just gonna put, and I did not at any time give him permission to record me, in your own words, and that you do want to prosecute.
Okay.
And it's a felony to record somebody without their knowledge. And because
Is that just a federal? Is that not federal?
No,
It's not
yeah,
federal.
it's felony. Yeah, but it's a felony. So,
Okay.
and the fact that he did it 3 times because you kept hanging up on it, and then you told him, "You're aggravating me, constantly harassing me," and then continue to call. So he's going to be charged with 3 different felonies.
Okay.
So, all right, give me just a minute.
I'm not the only one there, right?
No, you are not.
Okay.
Yeah, we can stop recording. So this will be ending our interview at 11:03. Did you have anything you want to add to it or anything? No. Okay. This will be ending our interview at 11:03 today.
Sir, because the 3-pronged law of Florida is you have to tell somebody, wear something, and then make them believe. So who did I make believe? What was I wearing that said police or sheriff? And when did I give somebody a directive? Well, let's go back.
They're able to pull information off the internet and fucking tie it to me.
In fact, hold on, wait.